Express here on Smooth 98.1, your love music, love live radio station for a Tech Friday edition. Oh, I'm not alone. Of course, Sope Martins
is here with Victa, Pepple, and FIsayo. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, FIsayo. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
everyone.
FIsayo.
Good to have you. Well, catch the visuals live on YouTube, Smooth 91 FM, Lagos. Oh, Sope in floral dress, all shiny this Friday morning.
Thank you. Yes, we're very shiny today. It's all right.
But it's okay. It's a tech.
Yeah, it's a Tech Friday, so we should all glow, apparently. All right, make sure you leave your comments up on the live stream and also send your WhatsApp messages into 0809 444 981 or tweet at us at Smooth981FM. If you want to tag at Arima FIsayo or at Rotancode, you can. Feel free. Let's all join the conversation.
So we're discussing YouTube creators to get about, 45% of ad revenue. Isn't that cool? Who asked me to stop my YouTube content creation? Yeah. Anyways, available. Please send messages to us. Rotus, let's start this conversation.
So you see, you musing there, should I restart my YouTube? That's what people are thinking now, since they'll be getting that amount of money. I think it looks like it's competition with TikTok. And this is why competition is a beautiful thing, right? This is why they say we should have competition for refineries, more competition for power generation and transmission. Competition just breeds this type of stuff. So
that's why the businesses don't want competition.
Exactly. So they can,
45%.
Yeah. Some people say that if there was more competition in, I don't know, cement, salt, and sugar, maybe the richest man in Africa wouldn't be the richest man in Africa. Who knows? So, FIsayo, I wonder what you think about the YouTube upping the compensation money for creators.
Yeah, I think we'll continue to see more like this, right? I know that, Meta or the group company, over which Facebook, Instagram, right, and WhatsApp is being operated, right, is probably thinking about something like that as well, right? I know particularly they've been, working around at least their Instagram use to make it look and feel more like a TikTok than, just a photo sharing thing that Instagram was designed for at the beginning, right? So like you said, competition is what breeds this kind of creativity. TikTok is particularly for, I personally don't have a TikTok account. I've never downloaded it before, right? Because it's probably not targeted at me. But of course, I know younger people, significantly younger people, 18-year-olds, the 21-year-olds, 16-year-olds probably are the bigger targets of TikTok. And I remember speaking to an old banker back in the days, talking about a particular bank that was orange. That they were opening bank accounts for students, right? Not knowing that it's the same student that will grow to become, entry-level staff, in a few companies. Those students will grow to become assistant managers. Those students will grow to become directors. And then once they got an account from them as a student, right, then it's easier for them to stick with the same bank, as they grow older. And that was exactly what happened, right? So here, Instagram or YouTube, everyone is trying to figure out, how do I capture the next generation? Facebook had captured, my parents' generation, my generation, largely, right? But of course, Instagram seems to straddle a bit between older us and of course maybe slightly younger people. But TikTok seems to be, undefeated or leading the way significantly when it comes to the much younger generation. They feel like if you don't do something about that, then there'll be a problem. So 2 ways to do it is that make your look and feel look more like them, number one, or ensure that content creators on their platform leave those platforms and come to your platform instead to create more content, and then people will move to that content, to that platform to consume the content. And I think that's what that strategy that YouTube is taking. Instagram is taking a different strategy, saying that I'll make myself look like you so much that people will not have to use you. They will just, come to my side. So again, let's see which one of the strategy works best. But again, I think it's all good for the content creators themselves eventually, right? And that's the beauty of all of this.
Nice one. Speaking of competition in Ghana, and Ghana, by the way, has the second worst performing currency in the world year to date, the Ghanaian cedi, second only to the Sri Lankan rupee, which of course, Sri Lanka has practically collapsed. So a startup called Second Stacks has raised about $1.6 million. They are a platform that offer Ghanaians the opportunity to buy stocks overseas. Interestingly enough, I noticed that Bamboo, that's already doing that in Nigeria, has now gone into Ghana and is offering the same service to Ghana. So FIsayo, I think it's the same line competition for Ghanaians who are trying to save themselves and save their purchasing power. What do you make of this this update here?
Yeah, so I have strong opinions around this model that works. I think it's an interesting idea, but I also think that tech companies should remain tech companies. Let investors do the investing work. And of course, Second Stacks and Bamboo, they have slightly different approach, at least in the market segment that they're targeting. So for instance, Bamboo, Chaka, Trove, all the ones in Nigeria today.
Rise, yeah.
Rise. Well, RiseVest is more like an asset management platform. So that's why I didn't mention that, right? So, but for the other ones, right, they allow investors, retail investors particularly, to say, I want to buy stocks in the US, Then I ask question like, okay, what about if I want to buy stocks in South Africa? Who is helping me do that? I want to buy stocks in Kenya or Ghana or in Egypt, really, right? I want exposure to maybe other emerging markets across. No one is open to that. No one is doing that. And I think that that's what Second Stacks is particularly focused on, rather than say that I'm going to expose you to the US market, which is where the thing is. Of course, the argument against that would have been that, well, if you invested your money in Ghanaian cedi, for instance, guess what? Ghanaian cedi is the worst performing currency. Like you're investing in Naira that had moved from, say, 450 last year to 708 this year. And you're moving from that to, say, you're diversifying to Ghana, where the currency is the second worst performing in the world, right? So what kind of exposure are you having across African continents, right? Of course, except you want to totally give up on the continent, then there's really no point, being here. But I guess my point here is that, what Second Stacks is trying to do is not trying to build, another trading engine for people, right? It's saying that I'm going to provide technology for investors in those local currencies or in those local African countries to be able to invest across different African countries at the same time. So the example that the CEO gave was that when MTN was doing an IPO in Ghana, right, was trying to raise about $200 million, right? People are complaining, say in Nigeria, for instance, like, really? Or in Kenya, like, I could have bought the MTN IPO in Ghana, but we don't live in Accra. We don't have brokerage accounts in Ghana. So that's the particular problem is trying to solve. Similar way, when MTN is an IPO in Nigeria, no one else could invest except for people that have maybe institutional access to the Nigerian market, or people that live in Nigeria and have brokerage accounts in Nigeria. A Ghanaian cannot just show up and say, I want to buy the MTN Nigeria shares. So Second Stacks says that I'm going to create a platform that allows all of us to be able to give access to many more people to be able to invest across continents and across asset classes. I mean, for instance, for me, I'd like to invest in MTN South Africa, for instance, right? I'd like to invest in MTN South Africa. I want to invest in mining sector in South Africa. Let's see how that goes, right? As much as, it's great to invest in Tesla, but, I don't know, right? I'd rather probably invest in something that maybe I can rate a bit more around. So that's, I guess is what is driving this for Second Stacks. So let's figure out how far both companies could go, or how far both companies could grow.
Nice. Finally, Avatar is coming back to theaters. Groundbreaking 3D film. I think that Disney is trying to trump up excitement for The Way of the Water, which is supposed to come out in December.
You can't say to keep Trump out of it. You can't say to keep Trump out of your mouth. But that's fine.
I said Trump.
Anyways.
Go ahead.
Anyways,
I can't help you, Fisayo. I can't help you. I just can't help you.
Yeah. So I saw the first Avatar. It was a decent movie, right? I use decent very, yeah. It's quite decent, right? So again, I think, like you said, Disney is trying to milk every value out of that brand, right? And that's why they're creating new sets of a sequel, to that particular one. I'm not sure what the storyline will be. I'm not sure what the direction is of this one will be. But again, it's Avatar, right? So it means that people will probably figure out a way to enjoy it, and I mean, Disney will make a lot more money, and of course your film will not be imported. Sorry, Disney will make more money, and everyone will be happy eventually. So I guess that's what I expect to happen. I think people will enjoy that as well. So I believe the first Avatar broke some landmark records.
It's the biggest movie of all time. Yeah,
biggest movie still of all time.
Yeah, it's Avengers came close. Avengers Endgame came close, but the re-release, things like this re-release add more money to it. So re-releases allow it to make more. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So I guess it's just to milk all value, attributable to that brand.
And when IMAX, when IMAX Lekki, when they opened, it was Avatar they used to demonstrate their capabilities of their film.
The 3D.
So, exactly, the whole 3D thing. So
yeah,
we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I'm okay. I'll confess, I'm going to see it this evening. So I'm going to watch it evening, and so it should be interesting. Well, yeah,
when last have you seen a Nollywood movie in the cinema?
That is, you see, good question. You're calling me out, and that is appropriate. I need to warm up to Nollywood. I need to warm up more to Nollywood. I'll get there over time. I'll get there.
So do you think banning access to foreign movies will solve this problem for us?
You're now behaving like a minister in this country that bans everything foreign for local involvement.
But actually, question though, what about limiting the releases that come out, international releases that come out in Nigeria? Would that go some way towards helping our creative industry? I don't
know. I'm never for bans, so I just ask
limit quota system.
No, I'm not for it. Not in any way.
I want to backtrack a bit, just talk a bit about YouTube and how we could make money. I was really interested, right? So I had to look that up. And guess what? They're saying that you need to have at least 10 million streams in 3 months for you to get that 45%. And I'm like, what's kilo share? No, what's this now?
This is a real treadmill that you'll be on. All right, real quick, let's see who this message is from. There is no name to it, but says FIsayo said Facebook captured his parents' generation. I'm struggling to add that up. How young are they? FIsayo, how old are you? My mom on WhatsApp alone is a problem for me. A big problem, guys. Imagine your mom monitoring your WhatsApp status and updates. It's just intrusive, and you can't complain because at the next family meeting, you're the topic of discussion.
Exactly.
Yeah,
very true.
I think my dad is 70, so I mean, you just feel like, I saw this on Facebook, and like, it's interesting, but
the horror of a friend request from your parents.
No, you don't accept, you block that. Every family member, every auntie, you ensure that they don't see you.
We have to go. We've come to the end of the show for today. How time flies. Let's do this again on Monday at 6:30. Thank you so much, FIsayo, and thank you so much, Rotus, for always, making us have this great conversation every Friday.
Yeah, Rotus.
Thank you. Take it easy, guys.
Follow him at Rotanko because he puts out so much great stuff. Always live tweeting stuff. Really interesting. And of course, at Aramor FIsayo as well. Yep. That's it, guys.